I never fucking do that shit. This guy's again. No wonder it takes naming his video title. Fuck that.
Statistically improbable, but I have the proof, and, well, unlikelier things have happened. In Upper Blackrock Spire, the sexual tension between Rend and Nefarian is awkward, and the loot you need seems to never drop. What could be worse?
That's true. Right. Remember how I did that for a month?
Spell upgrade books in this patch that only drop from here.
Oh, it's funny, dude.
With this patch, we also received an array of new quests, which is just classic talk for elaborate vendoring. See, these quests aren't actually real. This is just tier piece vendoring before Blizzard figured out how to code this. However, these quests outside have something very, very important that we're going to need.
What's that?
The Argent Dawn Tabard. Sorry, I mean consecrated sharpening stones. But I am going to pick up that tabard too, because it's fucking biss. Consecrated sharpening stones give plus 100 attack power against undead for 1 hour, making instant poison pretty much obsolete in Naxxramas, except on the Fairlena and Myexna.
I didn't even know about that.
They're not undead. By the way, Robes, on Myexna you can vanish the web spray, so go get that 99. Because they're so strong in Naxxramas, I'm going to want a lot of these sharpening stones. About 3 per week until Classic ends.
Yeah, I didn't know how to even get
that, like 6 months tops. That's like 72 stones, but then I also need to factor in, I'm going to want these stones in Burning Crusade for some bosses that we don't even know is coming out yet, by the way.
Just... You see how long it took him to make the video? He started making this video back whenever he didn't know if Burning Crusade was even going to get released. And like, when was that? Like fucking 8 months ago? Uber Danger's in here? Oh, what up, Joe? Like, I actually talked to him the other day. He's got a... He has a Snyder cut of a video coming out. I'll tell you that. He has a Snyder cut of a video.
I'll be clearing those bosses once per week, every week, since they come out until the end of TBC's life cycle, so that's a lot of stones. But one single consecrated sharpening stone costs 8 necrotic runes, and there's only one place to get necrotic runes.
I don't know how to get them.
Everyone needs them, everyone's grinding for them, and they're only around for a limited time, because, of course, they are. Welcome to yet another...
yes! I remember this! Never mind! I remember this shit, because this happened, and then we farmed out like 50,000 of these for the Wrath of the Lich King Nax event, and then they made them unusable. I was so upset.
Another virtual hell resource war curated and designed by Blizzard Entertainment. Welcome to the grind. But it's not the grind people want to see.
Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to do it.
Multiple times, by the way.
You gotta edit that. You gotta do it now. No one wants to hear about necrotic runes. Maybe they want to hear about Displate, which is this video's sponsor. They do look good on my wall. Every couple of hours, a random invasion will begin somewhere on Azeroth, signified by a purple skull on the map and giant floating ziggurats appearing in the sky somewhere within that zone. If you follow one of the necrotic bolts fired from the ziggurat, you will uncover a horde of ghosts and ghouls protecting a necrotic shard. These mobs can drop single necrotic runes, but the real reason we're here to kill them is to weaken the shard. Because once you weaken the shard enough, 4 dudes will teleport down from the ziggurat and attempt to repair it. Using 8 necrotic runes, you can curse one of these dudes and turn him into an elite Shadow of Doom. These dudes fucking slap, by the way.
What
this is what you came here for, because these elites drop a guaranteed 30 necrotic runes. Now, I could have busted my balls for days, maybe even weeks, fighting against players of both factions for some necrotic runes, but when I heard my friend only got 34 necrotic runes in 1 day due to the sheer congestion and grief.
Oh, look, this is the best part. It's like, yeah, classic WoW. This is why he didn't get as many. Alley griefing, horde griefing, had so many elite tags stolen. Like, yeah, this is the true classic WoW experience. You try to play the game, and you're just griefed constantly by a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh my god.
I had flashbacks to...
Barney, you get it? That's your time.
Nope, I'm fucking dead. Haha. Something. And was like, yeah, fuck that. There's got to be a better way. At first, I thought that better way would be to just farm at 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. But it turns out, even if you are lucky enough to get a shard to yourself, which I cannot stress to you enough just how rare that is, you still need a group to help you. A group that is also going to need necrotic runes, and a group that is also probably going to be of a suboptimal setup because it's 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. It took us about 1 hour to clear this shard, and I walked away with 124 necrotic runes. That converts to only 15 sharpening stones, and it will now be 3 hours before another invasion.
Wait, so 15 sharpening stones divided by 2 because you want to have 2 of the sharpening stones for each weapon. So that's really only like 7 hours. So you spend all day for 7 hours of a buff that's slightly better. What? What? Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! I've been here for years! For years! And I got it! Holy shit, I didn't even know. Barney, I love you. Thank you, We're gonna watch Barney videos every single time that I do a mount run from now on.
A group that is also going to need necrotic runes, and a group that is also probably going to be of a suboptimal setup because it's 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. It took us about 1 hour to clear this shard, and I walked away with 124 necrotic runes. That converts to only 15 sharpening stones, and it will now be 3 hours before another invasion.
Wait, so 15 sharpening stones divided by 2 because you want to have 2 of the sharpening stones for each weapon. So that's really only like 7 hours. So you spend all day for 7 hours of a buff that's slightly better. What? What? Oh my god.
Using 8 necrotic runes, you can curse one of these dudes and turn him into an elite Shadow of Doom. These dudes fucking slap, by the way.
What
This is what you came here for, because these elites drop a guaranteed 30 necrotic runes. Now, I could have busted my balls for days, maybe even weeks, fighting against players of both factions for some necrotic runes, but when I heard my friend only got 34 necrotic runes in 1 day due to the sheer congestion and grief—
Oh, look, this is the best part. It's like, yeah, classic WoW. This is why he didn't get as many. Alley griefing, horde griefing, had so many elite tags stolen. Like, yeah, this is the true classic WoW experience. You try to play the game, and you're just griefed constantly by a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh my god.
I had flashbacks to—
Barney, you get it? That's your time.
Nope, I'm fucking dead. Haha.
something, and was like, yeah, fuck that, there's gotta be a better way. At first, I thought that better way would be to just farm at 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. But it turns out, even if you are lucky enough to get a shard to yourself, which I cannot stress to you enough just how rare that is, you still need a group to help you. A group that is also going to need necrotic runes, and a group that is also probably going to be of a suboptimal setup because it's 4:11 a.m. on a weekday. It took us about 1 hour to clear this shard, and I walked away with 124 necrotic runes. That converts to only 15 sharpening stones, and it will now be 3 hours before another invasion.
Wait, so 15 sharpening stones divided by 2 because you want to have 2 of the sharpening stones for each weapon. So that's really only like 7 hours. So you spend all day for 7 hours of a buff that's slightly better. What? What? Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! I've been here for years! For years! And I got it! Holy shit, I didn't even know it! Barney, I love you! Thank you, We're gonna watch Barney videos every single time that I do a mount run from now on! Oh my god! Yes, dude! Yes! Oh my god! This is a 1 in 1,500. This looks good! Oh my god, this looks so good. Wow, look at the quality. Look at, dude, this one's so much better than the other one. Oh my god. Dude, I love Barney. Like, I really feel like, because of this video, I got them out. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I genuinely feel like I got them out because of him. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going.
Starts. By then, all the dads will be awake, so this is likely as good as it gets. There has to be a better way. Now, that better way wasn't death rolling this warrior for his last 7 gold, which he needed to spend on repairs, but I did it anyway. No, the better way was in fact something so obvious I was surprised I didn't think of it sooner.
Wait, he's going and hustling people out of their last little bits of money so they can't even repair? Dude, Barney's a pimp. Barney's a fucking pimp. I love to see that. That's awesome.
All I actually had to do was just wait 1 whole month to be exact until Christmas Day 2020. When everyone else was offline spending potentially life-threatening quality time with their loved ones, Red Spawn and I came in and cleaned house.
Okay. Farming on Christmas, dude. That's the real fucking gangsta shit right there. Oh, dude. Wow. Uh-oh, they're dying. Yeah, it's probably a little bit too much to farm.
And that's how I farmed 200 carapace fragments. I mean, sharpening stone. Wait, what the fuck?
Holy
Wait, this isn't a
shit.
Shara. Where the fuck am I? What's going on?
200? That's a
Ow.
lot.
Ow.
You alright?
No, I just fell asleep. I hit my head on my mic. Oh my god, it's only day.
It's only day 2.
What's that? Naxxramas? Necrotic runes?
What are those?
What the fuck are you talking about? We're here farming bugs. You have no idea what's going on, do you? Let me catch you up to speed.
Okay.
After Baristolf's permanent resurrection at the hands of the No Changes team, the Horde and the Alliance began warring for the most precious resource of all, territory. After all,
Yes.
he who owns the territory owns the farm within it. Are you picking up what I'm putting down,
This
son?
was actually a pretty fun. This was a fun week of Classic WoW. It was really fun if you weren't invested in it. So, like, for example, I wasn't gonna get Scarab Lord. Like, we got a few Scarab Lords in my guild. Like, it is what it is. But, like, I didn't really care if things happened that way or not. But it was really fun for me to just go out and play the game. I think the only thing that's annoying is the amount of downtime between combat. You know, like, if you die, you have to run back, and then people kill you whenever you res. It sucks. But other than that, it was a really, really fun week, man. It really was. You said you're going to go Scarab Board for Classic Roots? Yeah, but I quit, and so, like, it wasn't really be fair for me to get Scarab Board in the guild, right? Because I wasn't putting in the effort. I wasn't screaming, or I wasn't raiding all the time, and so, like, yeah, it wouldn't make sense for me to get it.
As the hours passed and the many battles waged on, the territory balance shifted like so.
Yep.
Somewhere along the way, guilds of all sizes and creeds began to put aside their super serious dramas to band together under one banner. For the Horde. This was, at least for now, not just a guild versus guild affair, but rather an all-out faction war, and childish infighting was going
was
to have to be
fun.
put on hold if we were going to get some farm. And so, a natural ecosystem settled in. Above ground, PvP teams would patrol to keep the Alliance out, allowing the farmers below ground to safely acquire fragments.
Dude, I remember whenever this was happening, everybody was, like, harassing, like, fucking getting so mad at Crusade. Like, that's, like, S-Fans Guild. Dude, people were mauling out over Crusade and, like, all of the bullshit that was happening there. It was kind of crazy to see how mad somebody could get over an old Mount deserved. Yeah, sure. Yeah, about, like, collusion with the Horde and stuff like that. I don't really know what happened. I just logged on to play the fucking game, but I remember there was a whole fucking lot of drama, man. A whole lot of drama.
Someone who spent quite a few hours of time doing both, I can attest to you personally that during these hours, it truly felt like I was fighting alongside the Horde as a faction. It really felt like I was, like, actually a guy in the Horde, like, fighting in a real war. Sounds so lame, but it was so fucking cool. I might not be very good at world PvP, but I sure as heck like to participate anyway. Just don't let me catch you alone in Stormwind. God, I fucking love being a... Ow! This system of holding mass territory as a faction had proven to be quite successful, and after a while, the large-scale fights seemed to die down. The Horde, whilst very condensely packed, had their territory in Hive Zora, and the...
I like how, so what happened is that, like, on Faralina, we had all these battles, and then finally at the opening of the gates, all of the Horde agreed to just go on one layer, and all of the Alliance agreed to just go on the other layer. So all the entire War of AQ was spamming AoEs underneath the Anubisath mobs that were going to spawn and competing for tags. It was fucking hilarious. They pussed out? Well, no, people didn't puss out. They're there for the rewards. They want, like, I want to get the rep, you want to get the rep, let's just make sure we both get the rep. It is what it is.
Whilst not exactly working together as one unit, had their territories in Hive Ashy and Hive Regal. As a full moon rose and the evening settled in, a calm finally swept across Silithus, and for just a brief moment, there was no fighting, there was no drama, no bad vibes. It was just guys being dudes, hanging out, killing some fucking bugs. And then he appeared. The one who would put this tenuous Horde pack to the test. Cloaked in a mantle of feathers, brandishing a mallet scorched by the sun itself, he descended from the cosmic realms, the Sage of the Six Moons.
I've got to say, any Moonkin that has Sulfuras in Classic WoW, stay away from that person. Just stay away. Just stay away from, like, it's just better for your mental health to just stay away from that person.
His teachings rang out in the general chat, imparting a most forbidden technique to all druids. A highly illegal Moonfire scroll wheel macro that can tag mobs on frame 1. I'm pretty sure people actually got banned for using this, by the way. With this, the druids would have power to completely disrupt the emergent ebb and flow of Hive's aura. Why be cordial with your fellow faction member and let him have that farm when he literally cannot stop you from tagging it before him?
Remember what I told you? Remember what I said?
True balanced druids they were not. And
Moon
what
boys.
had taken the Horde hours to build up in mere
They're
minutes
the
was
worst.
destroyed forever. So now we had a bunch of druids running rampant below ground, tagging literally every mob on spawn and pissing everybody off.
Oh no!
It also didn't help that the druids
gonna
responsible
find
for this
you.
just so happened to be in guilds who had already gained a reputation over the course of the day for farming in the hives whilst not having proper PvP representation outside, essentially freeloading. And let me tell you,
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like, there are guilds in Classic WoW that are just scumbag guilds. Like, everybody in the guild is a scumbag. You join the guild, you know you're a scumbag. Everybody's a dick.
You're on
It's a
your
dick
17th
guild.
consecutive hour of PvPing the Alliance to keep people safe who are, in return, just stomping all over your goodwill, you
Yeah.
start to realize that the enemy might not necessarily have a red name. The enemy might actually just be certain guilds within your own faction.
That's
for
right.
what is an enemy if not
The
someone
enemy's
going out
within.
of their way to hinder your goals? This realization came to be known as the People's Grief Awakening. Countless memes on the Grubulus subreddit began circulating at this time, disparaging the rat way of life whilst praising those who had previously struck a fair balance between fighting and farming.
Yep.
These memes, whilst very funny, World of Rat, unfortunately did very little to dissuade the druids from their path.
No, you can't just steal our tags by using an instant target and cast macro.
Scroll will go. And at this point, most people had realized the grim
That's
reality
great.
that even if the druids were to stop, it was too little too late. The damage
It
was
doesn't
done,
matter,
bad
yeah.
blood was already boiling, reputations had begun to form, and the once proud Horde pact was slowly falling apart.
Yeah.
All according to plan. I didn't just spend the last 17 hours merely PvPing and killing bugs, no. I was
Okay.
also sneaking around with my rogue crew, keeping tabs on everything and everyone. I mean, it's literally my job to document this event, right? So by
Yeah,
extension,
that's
I
true.
need to know which guilds are where, their rough numbers, their
That makes
PvP
sense.
prowess, their allegiances, their enemies,
Yep.
everything.
Of
And as the
course.
battles waged on and I harvested this data in secrecy, I started to realize something. The trick to the Alliance's strength, the reason they were able to hold twice as much territory as us,
Is there's
was
more of
just
them?
a numbers game with a huge flaw. You see, the Alliance didn't have bigger guilds or better guilds, they
Yeah.
just had more guilds. But if these guilds
Yeah.
were to start distrusting each other, if those guilds were to stop working together, well, that would be most
Oh,
favorable
shit.
to Final Boss, a guild no other guild can possibly stand alone against. So I admit it. It was me that summoned the Sage of the Six Moons. Why did I do it? Because after years of baiting a rise out of public server
Wait,
admins on GTA
what?
5 and Gary's mod, I'm sort of like the deprived mind whisperer.
Well, cause you're a fucking low IQ fucking numbnuts. Talking to you is like talking to a fucking brick wall. You're in my ear, invading my brain and lowering my IQ. Why don't you shut the fuck up for a change and actually use your lukewarm IQ to realize
Lukewarm.
what you've done here and how you are fucking failed.
And I know
Is that really what GTA RP is? Because if it was, I'd probably play it. I just, listen, I like it whenever people are assholes, because that makes it fun. Whenever people are nice, then I'm not having fun. It's only fun whenever people are dicks. So he summoned the elite Moon Boy to ruin everything.
Druid players to be the most deprived minds of all. They try to heal only to be out-healed by everyone else. They try to tank only to be told they're trolling and to re-roll
Yeah.
warrior. They try
True.
to melee DPS only to be told they're trolling and to re-roll warrior. God can only help you if you're trying to play a boomkin. Re-roll
Yep.
warrior. Inside the mind
It's
of
great.
every druid is a complacent, beaten down, pathetic loser who only knows how to take orders. To be a druid
I want to listen to that
can only
again.
help you if you're trying to play a boomkin. Re-roll warrior. Inside
Listen to this. Listen to this.
the mind of every druid is a complacent, beaten down, pathetic loser who only knows how to take orders.
There it is. There it is. It is what it is, boys. It is what it is.
To be a druid is to be a jack of all trades and a master of none.
None.
And when you're a master
Not
of
even
none,
close.
you should probably just reroll warrior.
Druids are
so when a
masters of
druid is
dueling,
finally
though.
offered not
Druids are
only a
great at
way to be
dueling.
useful, but a way to unquestionably become the dominant class in a scenario, I knew they simply wouldn't be
So
able to
they're getting
resist.
revenge.
I orchestrated the Great Druid Uprising, and I did it to sow chaos. Sure, the Horde Pact was dismantled in the process, but more importantly, so was the Alliances.
Good.
That was the plan all along. Quick fact check. The
Okay.
Alliance have more territory. The Alliance have more guilds.
True.
The Alliance have more numbers.
True.
The Alliance have more druids. I can only imagine the levels of griefing the Alliance were suffering through these hours. So now was the perfect time to strike, and Hive
Okay.
Regal, coveted for its
Yeah, because there's a set amount of the guys. So even there's oh no. Yeah, he's starting a civil war.
higher drop rates, was our prime target.
Everyone that can hear my voice is abandoning their current position, and you will move at that time. Everybody will group up at 3780.
Oh my
Is this for a Regal push?
Yes.
I think it's time we let these fucking rats drown. Leaving Hive Zora completely open to attack from the north, my guild consolidated their numbers
Oh,
at a secret location alongside every other true and noble guild left. We were going to hit the now weakened alliance with the full force of the rat-free horde.
So you guys
For the
have,
last
yeah, they've got
24
like a
hours,
huge
Silithus had
guild.
been the stage to many large and small-scale PvP skirmishes, but nothing would compare to the raid on Hive Regal.
The great raid on Hive Regal. So they just ran him the fuck down. God damn. Oh, and then the other guilds aren't helping them because it's every man for himself. Yeah, you can't, man. You really can't. WoW PvP, it's just, you know, it is what it is. Let's say that. So they just claim the whole fucking thing. Oh my god. Looks like they're gonna be getting all the scarab boards then.
The raid on Hive Regal had been a complete success. Such a success, in fact, that for the
see
next
that.
24 hours, nothing
I can
else of
see
note
that.
happened. Or maybe it did. I wouldn't know. I was in this room the whole time farming bugs. My only contact with the outside world during these hours was through general chat, but because humans aren't designed to sit in front of a screen for 58 hours at a time
I
killing
am.
virtual bugs for clout in a 15-year-old video
I
game,
am.
general chat was even more general chat than usual. The populace in their delirium were all suffering
dude.
from a mass hallucination known only as Snake Min, a deity-like figure who doesn't
Dude, like the general chat in Silithus, half of it was complaining about S-Fand, and the other half of it were people putting like Chinese letters, and my guild was trolling, and they kept typing "the bald man will ride the black bug," because they were trolling the other guilds into thinking that I was gonna get Scarab Lord. That was all it was. And it was so fucking stupid, man. The whole thing, like, because you're sitting there, here's the thing, right, is you're sitting there, and the first day you're taking it seriously, and now you're on the third day, and the fourth day, and you're just waiting for the respawn, and you're going to be doing this for the next 3 days. And so, yeah, general chat over in Silithus was probably the most degenerate thing. It was worse than Twitch chat. Let me say that. It was actually worse than Twitch chat.
To have any certain lore
Sure.
or single point of origin that I could place. He exists only in the delirious scrollings of those who have contracted bug brain, a condition that befalls all those who enter Silithus with the intent of farming fragments. You'll know you have
pretty
bug
accurate.
brain when you start seeing carapace fragments where you shouldn't be seeing them. You start hearing bugs, the clicking of their mandibles, the howl of the wind as it rolls through the caves, and Daisy, I'm hearing bugs in real life. Sleep. Here. Keep farming fragments. What the fuck is a fragment? I should type in general
He needs
chat.
one of
I'm
these,
severely
man.
sleep deprived.
Yeah.
And you see him. Snake Man.
Who is
He
it?
is a reflection of you. His values are your values, and that's comforting. Praise him. Praise him. Bugs. Praise him. Farm bugs. However, after deciphering several general chat messages, it seems that during these hours, Hive Zora went on to become a volatile rat kingdom with no consistent
Yep.
faction balance. Pretty much no man's land. If you were a small guild attempting a Scarab
Smart.
Lord or just a business person trying to sell bug killing services, Hive Zora was probably your best bet. As for Hive Ashi, well, that's Alliance territory, and that's
I feel like the way that people decided and like segmented things out, like obviously there were negatives to it as well, but overall, I think that's like the pinnacle of emergent player behavior. Yeah, that's definitely that's the, in my opinion, pinnacle of emergent player behavior. I love that.
the data I have because I was killing bugs. In fact, we were able to farm for so long uninterrupted in Hive Regal during these hours that we fully farmed not one, but 2 Scarab Lords worth of reputation, which looking back at it now was the peak of our farming efficiency. I don't know if it was because people hadn't burned out yet, or the fact that we had uncontested free farm for 24 hours, or the fact that we just had so many people, but we were harvesting fragments at an unbelievable pace. It was during these hours that I also managed to complete my personal task of gaining 200 fragments solo, just to see how long hypothetically it would take for me to farm Scarab Lord myself. And so just before I went to bed, for the first time in 3 days by the way, I went to hand them in. But before that,
Displate.
metallic posters for your walls. With over 1.4 million designs ranging from gaming, anime, movies to nature, you're bound to find something you like in a size that suits the space you have to work with. It turns out a lot of artists I follow on Twitter have stores on Displate, which made my selection rather easy. How could I not go for Dreamwalker's incredible Warcraft?
Yeah, it's over there. S-Fam was sponsored by them.
Pastel Wave Cityscapes by Allura. Installation takes literally 20 seconds. You just stick it to the wall with magnets. It's so...
Really? I didn't even know. Honestly, I just have it on the ground. I didn't know you could install it. I actually learned something in this video. Maybe I should install the picture then. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Easy a paladin player
just on
could
the
do
ground.
it. Warning, browsing this website will absolutely make you want to purchase Displates, so make sure you're either a content creator capable of using your clout to decorate your apartment for free, or using my discount link in the description, which if you use will get you 30% off your first 2 Displates, or 37% off if you get 3 or more. Wow! I'm currently smelting my thorium that I have been getting from rich thorium veins that I have been sneaking from other people.
Yo, Barney, fuck off.
High quality content.
I gotta get those arcane crystals. And I'm about to go to bed. I've been awake for
He still has blues?
too long.
Oh my
But
god.
before I go to bed, I'm gonna hand in these 200 fragments.
What is this guy doing?
Probably my only 200 fragments. I've actually farmed like 800 fragments, but I only kept like 1 in 4. Reminder to progress past this part, I would have to hand in enough fragments to fill this bar, and then 2 more. Handing in these fragments will give me 200 rep. What? That was... I'm going to bed. And go to bed.
Jesus, man. Like, the person who thought that up, like, I do want to say, the Scepter of the Shifting Sands questline is, in my opinion, like, this first beginning part was stupid, right? But is, in my opinion, the greatest questline that Blizzard has ever made, and they have not made anything that has even been remotely close to as good as the Scepter of the Shifting Sands questline ever. It is by far the greatest questline by a mile. It's 32 quests long. Yeah, it's insane. Because it's unhealthy? No, like, this part is stupid, right? It's like really, really a lot of farming, yeah. But all the rest of it is awesome.
Bed I did, wherein I caught a delicious 6 hours of sleep before more work. Now, of course, some of you might be thinking, wait, you're still farming bugs, but why?
Yeah.
You've pretty much seen for yourself that Scarab Lord isn't going to happen. Why are you still torturing
why
yourself?
would you
and
do
to
this?
that I say, I made a promise I intend to keep, that
What's
I
that?
would live up to the mantle of the best Horde content creator and make something truly epic on this event. And do you really think that this is a good
Is he
ending
gonna
right
go for
here,
it?
right now? I didn't think so. We still have Scarab Lords to farm. We still have quests to help with. And I'll be damned if the last 3 days were for nothing. I don't go back on my word. I promised you the good content, and I'm gonna fucking deliver. Because that's my
Is he
ninja
gonna go
way.
for
And
it?
So that's why I, after only 6 hours of sleep, reawoke and logged right back onto World of Warcraft. However, this was not the Silithus I had left behind. In my absence, the largest Alliance guild, Goof, whom we pushed out of Hive Regal some 30 hours ago, had reclaimed the entire West Hive in
What
a
a
similar
surprise.
fashion raid,
That's
leaving
what they
final
do.
boss with the South Hive and the surface surrounding.
This is
and as you probably
Dude, this is incredible. Like, the amount of effort and time you put into this, holy shit, man. This is amazing.
already guessed, the East Hive fell to the rats. God damn.
I'm impressed.
Rats. Goof, knowing that it would probably take the entirety of Final Boss to clear them out, had in this moment made a very clever play. We can't go and fight them because that would leave our hive open to the rats. They can't come and fight us because that would leave their hive open to the rats.
course.
So we have a stalemate, right? No. Unfortunately, all the people with PvP sense were at this time asleep, and so those that were left decided, fuck it, let's just fight anyway. Remember how I said both hives would be left open to the rats if this occurred? Well, that's exactly what fucking happened.
Well, so the rats got everything?
Luckily, some strategic masterminds were able to log in before me and negotiate a ceasefire. And I guess part of that ceasefire agreement was that our best PvP rogue, Kim Possible, would be taken hostage by the enemy. This is literally what I logged in to see.
What?
Roleplay from the 2 sweatiest guilds on the server?
What?
This is how you know bug brain is a real thing. Hours passed and it was clear
Oh
that the easy free farming of yore was over. The war between Goof and Final Boss had definitely been a huge blunder for both sides.
Jesus,
Alas,
guys.
this was the new reality. A reality of slow farm and rats. So many rats, so many bugs, so many rats. And if things couldn't get worse, I then heard that one noise no one wants to hear in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
There was an enemy rogue in the cave. So now I had to worry about this fucking rat called, literally called Ratbag in front of me stealing my tags. And I also had to be worried about the unknown assassin who is definitely gonna jump me at low health for that easy honor kill. But then,
so it's just gonna, that's the worst thing in Classic WoW, if you play on a PvP server, is you just have people that will just wait there until you get low health, and then like you'll be peaceful with them, everything will be good, and then let's say you narrowly avoid dying and it's a warlock that's next to you. As he's walking by, he just shadow burns you and you're dead. That's the way it goes. You know, meanwhile you're peacefully playing with this guy for an hour, and then at the very end he fucking does that. He fucking does that shit. It's the same as like, I've said this before, right? You ever fucking quest alongside some guy who's on the opposite faction and you guys are neutral with each other, but then suddenly once another guy of his faction shows up, he gets this burst of courage to PvP you, and then him and the other guy that just showed up kill you? That's basically what World PvP, that's what it really is.
There came so many occasions over the next hour where I was definitely low enough to just be a free kill, but I didn't get killed. The scenario made no sense. The rogue was still here, but he wasn't doing anything. This puzzle weighed heavily on my mental, so much so that I ended up losing my first tag to Ratbag in about an hour. Or did I? Your eyes do not deceive you. The gnome rogue ran straight through me to get to Ratbag, the only person not in Final Boss in this cave, by the way.
That's a nice guy.
He unalived him. And I mean, am I gonna really get involved? This is a pretty good scenario for me.
Dude, that's awesome.
Hold on a second.
Wow.
I know that name. That rogue is in Goof. What the fuck is going on? So here's what the fuck was going on. The reason Goof wanted to take Kim Possible, the best PvP rogue we have to offer, hostage, was because they could then put Kim Possible to work in their hives, killing their rats. I love this game. And Kim had done—
Oh, dude. That's literally 300. That's 300 IQ. I fucking, that's straight up collusion. It's beyond collusion. It's collusion planning. This is like fucking Watergate. It's Illuminati, the New World Order, George Soros, fucking the Great Reset, adrenochrome. It's everything, man. It's every conspiracy possible, and it's beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful.
Done such a fucking good job, as is to be expected, that they felt obligated to return the favor by sending rogues into our hives to clear out our rats. But now that I knew what was going on, I wasn't going to let Kim have all the fun. I tailed Romrek back to the deepest recesses of the Goof hive and scanned for any target not wearing the Goof Troop guild tag. Rat located. I then waited for them to do rat stuff, where I intervened and did rogue stuff. And of course, Goof let me kill them with no retaliation, so I did.
I fucking love this so much. Dude, I love collusion. I think, dude, I find like collusion and that kind of stuff, that makes it so much better. Like that's what the game's all about, in my opinion. Because like the Horde and Alliance, like you got to think about the RP here, right? Like let's think about the RP. Is it the RP? Is that the Horde and Alliance are teaming up to collectively get people who are powerful enough to open the gates of Ahn'Qiraj. And you have some people who are motivated purely by money. These soulless, godless mercenaries, and they are working not even against, you know, the other faction, but they're working against their own faction as well. And so part of the RP of the game was collusion. Like the gates of AQ fundamentally was collusion. It was great.
What I do best and camped them till they logged off. The
Yeah.
Rat Exterminator exchange program had formed. I and others would
amazing.
periodically cruise through Goof Hive to make sure it was nice and goof and unalive any non-goofers that were found. And on the flip
Wow.
side, whenever it was obvious a rat was overstaying their welcome in the final boss
Look
hive,
at
I
him.
would walk into the Goof Hive and beckon someone to come my way. They would then follow me back to the final boss hive and camp every rat until they either spirit revived or, in the case of this warlock Frywood, logged off. I do have to give
Fuck
Frywood
'em.
props though. Out of every
God, I
rat
love
across
this.
this entire event, they were
I
the most
love this
persistent
so-
and the
I love
most
this so
annoying
much.
to deal with. They had
This
me
is
on
so-
ignore since the moment they showed
Wow.
up here, and they griefed my tags for like a week straight. Almost like they were trying to get in the video or something, so fuck you, I'm not showing any of it. As the days flew by and we ticked off
Good.
more and more Scarab Lords, it seemed we had finally created the perfect farming
That's
ecosystem.
beautiful,
We
man.
had the South Hive, Goose had the
Absolutely
West
beautiful.
Hive, we shared the surface, and rats were heavily deterred from disrupting this, knowing exactly who would be waiting on the other end to camp them. And in
Yep.
hindsight, it seemed so obvious. We
Yep.
should have just been doing this from the start. After all, Final Boss and Goof have the same goal. We both just want to get as many Scarab Lords as possible. And we're both
Exactly.
the largest, most try-hard guilds of our
Exactly.
respective factions. This only just makes sense. But this allegiance would never have formed if not for a stupid bit of roleplay at like 4 a.m. And this is why I will never not play on roleplay servers. This just wouldn't have happened. A silly
That's
little
true.
roleplay wherein
That's true. Everybody on Fairlena, dude, was just pissed off at S-Fan. Like, man, dude, my S-Fan gets off, he gonna get the fucking mount, man. I hate him. I went onto his stream. I called him fat and he banned me, man. I thought, whatever happened, I thought this was America. And I got banned on his, man. Fuck that dude. Like, that's actually what it was. Like, the whole chat, like, you believe in collude, man? Play Rat Paladin? Oh, man. Dude, the whole fucking... PvP servers in Classic WoW were such cancer, man. Like, they were just trash. Like, the RP servers are 1,000 times better. Like, they're so much fucking better. It's the PvP servers that suck because it's got all these people that are trying to make a name for themselves. Like, imagine trying to make a name for yourself in a 15-year-old video game. The fuck?
They took our best PvPer hostage, started events that would soon turn
really?
into the greatest farming efficiency module we had had since we controlled all of Regal. Sure, we weren't farming as many fragments per hour, but they were safe, easy, rat-free fragments, farmed alongside gamers who are striving
That's
for the
true.
same goal as you. Absurd numbers of Scarab Lords. What we lost in fragments per hour, we made up in morale and team spirit. And honestly, I really believe that if it wasn't for Goof, people in Final Boss probably would have burnt out way sooner. But of course, Hive Regal is a secluded corner of Silithus. What happens in Hive Regal stays in Hive Regal. And so for those looking in, they didn't see the events that led up to this allegiance. They didn't see the
They don't know
war.
what
They
it
didn't see the
is.
roleplay.
Yeah.
They didn't see this collaborative effort as something to praise. All they saw was collusion.
Cross-faction collusion evidence collection thread.
The rats
Oh.
were pissed. Hello.
21 points. 21 points. That he's not going to get his special mount. Show the emails? Yeah, I want to see the fucking emails, man. Those poor, dude, those poor CS representatives. Oh my god. It's sad.
Hopefully we can do something to push back against it. And
Yeah.
attached to the thread was just a bunch of clips / screenshots of random rats just getting owned and being surprised they couldn't walk in as a solo player and just free farm in Hive Regal. Suffice
Yeah,
to say,
fuck
we
'em.
didn't get banned, shockingly. But it just
Wow.
goes to show how badly Bug Brain was affecting some players. For them, it was tough to see that the fact of the matter was Final Boss and Goof had just
I think that a lot of people, like, they were coping with the realization that Blizzard doesn't care about Classic WoW. Like, they don't care. Like, the players are going to do what they're going to do, and they just put the game out there, and they were like, hey, there you go. No changes? You want no changes? Fine. Fuck you. Here you go. It's your problem now. They do care. I've sent 8 emails. I'm trying to go up the chain of command to talk to a vice president at Blizzard to ban this rogue that keeps killing me because the other alliance aren't killing him.
Fighting each other at this point was a waste of
Jesus.
time, and the best course of action to achieve the goal of farming as many Scarab Lords as possible was to just keep each other happy. This was a
Yeah.
destined fate. It could have gone no other way, and the proof of this is that this Horde X Alliance large guild team-up was being mirrored across plenty of other servers. More importantly, however, this was also being mirrored in the fucking lore taking place in this event right now.
Exactly.
The Horde and the Alliance
Yeah.
are canonically
Exactly.
teaming up to storm Encourage. Did you miss that? This is peak World of
100%.
Warcraft. But as the bug brain virus spread, the collusion statements began to increase
Yeah.
in ridiculousness. For example, collusion on an RP server should be grounds for immediate removal, which is just, bro, you're playing on an RP server. How do you think this occurs?
Send
if not for
them to
collusion
jail
between
in
factions?
real life.
Lol. Was me not killing Kumin collusion? Hi, welcome to Did You Know, idiot? The Horde and the Alliance learning to put
Yeah.
aside their differences to work together for a common goal has only been like the main plot point for like every single fucking WoW expansion. since,
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
like,
This
Warcraft even
always
existed.
happens.
Only together,
Every fucking time.
united against the shadow, will you be able to save this world from the flame.
Yep.
You and I stood
Just don't show that to Redditors.
on the slopes of Mount Haijan.
Don't show this to Redditors.
That world tree did not fall because the Horde and the Alliance worked together.
Cross-faction collusion.
Consider yourself reported, you dirty colluders. Now, I am
Yep.
cherry picking. It is worth noting that these rats were definitely in the minority of people, but they were a very fucking loud minority.
Oh,
so
yeah.
loud, in fact, that sitting President Donald Trump was forced to make a statement to combat the fake
Wait, really?
news regarding
That's
the
smart.
collusion. Someone commissioned this and put it in my guild Discord. I had to use it.
This is for the WoW Classic server.
Jesus.
Grabulous, okay? You
Oh
need
my-
to know that the Goof Troop did not collude with the final boss. There was zero collusion. They are innocent, okay? Everything being said is fake news, All charges dropped.
I can't believe they got Donald
All
Trump to do this.
charges dropped.
With a full pardon
I
from the
can't believe they
President
got
of the
him to do
United
that.
States, Goof and Final Boss continued
That's
to work
crazy.
together towards securing Grobulus's legacy.
Wow.
Together, we were going to farm as many Scarab Lords as possible before the gates would open.
That's smart.
But time was running out. As guilds began finishing up their bug farming and
Yep.
moving on to the next part of this cursed quest, don't ruin his moment, you idiot.
He
They would
loves you,
naturally turn their
Barney.
focus towards completing the war effort. After all, they want to go and open Anchorage and raid it. It's like the whole point of this event. At this
Yes.
point in the timeline, it's August 8th, 2020, a very special date. There is currently only one scepter bearer, Typo, but that's all about to change. For if I were to jump forward one day, 4 other people obtained their scepters overnight. I was
Oh,
there,
wow.
and it was quite something, but we'll get to that
That's a
later.
lot.
Because that's not why August 8th was special, no. For
Why
that,
was
we
it
need to
special?
turn our attention to the war
What
effort
happened?
data between August 8th and August 9th.
What happened?
August 8th and August 9th. Did you see it? That's an awful lot of Peace Bloom handed in on the Horde side, don't you think?
25,380 Peace Bloom to be exact.
Well, that's because August 8th was a very special day. The day
You know what was funny about this? Is like, I remember all the stuff that we put in Farolina. Crusade invested so many hours and days into farming all of the resources for the opening of the gates of AQ. Do you know what Olympus farmed? I think one guy donated like 20 thorium bars. We didn't do anything. we done, and like I told them, that's why I was like, so what are you guys gonna do for the warfare? I'm like, nothing. Like, it's better for us if it takes longer. We don't care about the gear. Nax is gonna come out with, well, we're gonna get the gear in a few weeks. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, I want to get the mount. Like, we're in for the mounts. Like, we want it to take longer. Dude, Olympus, we're doing what we need to do, man. We're doing what we need to do. That's what matters. I do know that we did contribute a little bit, but it was mostly Crusade. Like, Crusade was over half of like the entire alliance.
of the Peace Bloom DKP.
Yeah. Peace Bloom
Dawnbreaker,
DKP?
Peace Bloom
What
DKP.
the fuck?
Dawnbreaker invites all Grobulans to its first Molten Core PDKP. Buy gear with Peace Bloom. Wow. Wow. Time. Discord. See you soon. Farm Peace Bloom.
Thanks, Heavy Hoof. I
my-
will.
And I did, because this post was made like a
Oh
week
my
before now,
God.
and when you're sitting
That's
in a cave
so-
farming bugs for
that
days
is
on end,
so
there's
ridiculous.
a lot of downtime. A lot of
What
downtime
the
to alt
fuck?
tab onto your secret alt no one knows about, and pick Peace Bloom completely
Smart.
anonymously in Duratar.
That's a lot of
Very smart.
Bloom. But the real flowers were the friends I made along
Really,
the way.
man? Just
Now, you
fuck
might be
off.
wondering, wait, don't you want to prevent the war effort from being completed? After all, once it completes, there are only
can't
5
get any
days
more
until the
Scarab
gates
Lords.
open, and then you can't
Yeah.
farm Scarab Lords anymore.
Exactly.
And yes, you are right, but the numbers. Peace Bloom is pretty damn easy to come by, so you know
It is.
those bids are going to get absolutely fucking
That's
crazy.
fucking insane.
Oh my god. And if it's one thing gamers like seeing,
That's
it's big
hilarious.
fucking numbers. And when else
Big
am I going to
true.
get the chance to see someone buy a Mage Blade with flowers? I have no choice but to go. However, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not...
Dude, I really feel like I should have rolled on this server. This server genuinely feels like a lot of fun. Like, I really, really do. Like, dude, Farlina didn't have anything cool like this. Like, Farlina was just a bunch of fucking losers and, like, clout chasers. Like, this server actually seems fun.
going to be bidding on
Stay
any
away,
items
please. You'd
myself.
ruin it. I know I would.
Perdition's Blade?
I know, it's
no
my
thanks.
fault
I'm
that it
good
was
with
bad.
my incredibly suboptimal double gut gore ripper. Yes, I have Distracting Dagger in the
Oh,
bank,
wow.
and no, I'm not going to use it, because even with this handicap, I'm literally a worldwide all-star, and you're all fucking cringe. But wait,
Jesus.
then why are you farming Peace Bloom for the Peace Bloom DKP if you're not going to bid on items with your Peace Bloom and the Peace Bloom DKP? Come on, guys, you know the answer to that.
What's the point? Content?
Chaos. After this Molten Core, I'm gonna run
What?
through the logs and check to see who are the absolute worst players. And then I'm gonna
Okay.
give them all my fucking Peace Bloom. I think the true spirit of the war effort is to give everything you have for a greater cause. And what could be a greater cause than gearing up some guy who's gonna quit before Naxxramas? Now that's content. Welcome to Molten Core.
What?
Hope you like the entrance, by the way. Now, as
What
explained
the
last
fuck?
episode, a GDKP is a raid wherein the loot is bid on with gold at the end, and then everyone receives an even split of that gold. With
I
these
love
base rules in
GDKPs.
mind, and knowing that the objective of this raid is to get as much Peace Bloom as possible for the war effort, one can
Yeah.
reasonably assume that there is going to be no Peace Bloom cut at the end of this raid, since it's all going to be handed in. However, there was one more
That does
slight
make
quirk to
sense.
this GDKP that, in hindsight, I can't help but feel should have been on the advertisement. Instead, this quirk was nestled deep inside a Discord chat that most people had only just now started gaining access to. Now,
What's
because of
that?
the events you're about to see, I no longer have access to the Discord, so you're going to have to put up with my MS Paint recreation.
So
Within
I will just assume that things did not go well.
this room in this Discord was a list of every piece of Molten Core gear. Each piece of gear had a number assigned to it, and that number indicated the flat price, like a base price for bidding, right?
Oh, so people have to put in that much
If you
money.
wanted gear from this GDKP, you would first pay that flat price, and then you would, wait for it, /roll on the gear along with everyone else who wants to buy a roll? Does this sound like a GDKP to you? No? What the hell is this?
Why would they call it a GDKP if you can't even bid on gear?
This actually is just a free roll
What?
pug with extra steps, and there's a reason free roll pugs don't exist anymore, and that's because they are shit. But there you have
Yeah, well, they do exist. They're retail WoW because that's all we have. So again, that's one reason. Oh, Master Loot's so bad, then why does everybody use it if they can use it? It's because it's better. Everybody knows it's better, and it was better than Blizzard. Everybody's using it until Blizzard literally took it away. Until they literally took it away. Jesus, I still can't believe that happened. I'm so mauled about that. I am so fucking mauled about that, man. It sucked. Yeah, maybe if you sucked. But if you were a good player and you earned your spot and you deserved the loot, you'd get it.
it. I had joined the world's first GDKP with no bidding allowed. It was clear many people were expecting this GDKP to be run, for use of a
How does
better
that
word,
make any
properly.
sense?
Am I reading this item sheet correctly? There's no bidding?
Wait.
Wait,
I thought
what?
this is a DKP.
Someone was going to have to speak to the manager. Once we had
Yeah.
zoned into the instance
What
and
the
we were
fuck?
all inside the same voice chat, I decided that someone was going to have to be me.
Oh,
if this
no.
is to get like the maximum amount of Peace Bloom as possible for the war effort,
Yeah.
how come we're not bidding?
We
Surely
should
it would
bid.
make more sense to let people just bid, because that's what like
Every
a
single one does.
DKP is.
Yeah.
My argument,
Irrefutable.
my social capital,
Extensive.
my intellect,
Unmatched.
the facts
58.
and logic were aligned for a perfect KO. But the response I got might surprise you. Or it might not. I think we all know how this one ends.
If spare Peace Bloom in the end, you can still turn that in.
Yeah, you're not planning on turning it in anyway?
No.
Don't you guys have phones? Don't you guys have phones? What do you mean? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, boys. Did you wash your hands? Why the fuck would I wash my hands, dude? I got a clean dick. Why would I do that?
wasn't. I don't think most people here were planning on doing that. I think most people were here to buy gear with Peace Bloom and then just auction house what they didn't use. I think expecting fresh level 60 casuals to care about your war effort above their own gold income is fucking insane.
No way.
Especially when,
Stupid.
let's just keep it real, most of these players
I gotta
are
hear.
not...
Wait a sec. I gotta hear them say it again.
Most perfect KO. But the response I got might
I want to hear it
surprise
again.
you. Or it might not. I think we all know how this one ends.
If spare Peace Bloom in the end, you can still turn that in.
I just imagine like how small the guy's brain is. It's like you have like a dwarf peanut. Like a half of a dwarf peanut. It's like the little tiny ones, you know.
Yeah, you're not planning on turning it in anyway?
Duh, why?
No, I wasn't.
No.
I don't think most people here were planning on doing that. I think
Fuck
most
that.
people were here to buy gear with Peace Bloom and then just auction house what they didn't use. I think
Exactly.
expecting fresh level 60 casuals to care about your war effort above their own
They don't
gold
give a
income
shit.
is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Especially when, let's just keep it real, most of these players are not going to clear AQ40.
No,
In fact, I think
'cause
it's a
they
safe
suck.
bet to say that 50% of these players will probably never even walk into the instance portal. But as for me, my Peace Bloom, I would rather just
Probably
delete
true.
it. And that's what I told them.
Yeah, you're not planning on turning it in anyway?
Delete that shit. Fuck the horde.
Yeah, I would sooner delete it than not get anything in
That's up
return.
to you, man. You can sell it, you can
Kick him from the
delete it.
raid.
Kick him from the
With the gamer words in full effect, it seemed I
Jesus.
had upset the host with my humble suggestion to run this
Dude,
DKP properly,
they
and the
weren't gonna
host
have
had
it.
evidently not caught on yet to the fact that a lot
But
of
yeah, they
people
weren't
in this
fucking
raid
having
were
it,
feeling
man.
pretty pissed
Oh my
off and
God.
misled. I recognized some of these names in the raid. I had seen them on my farming alt. They had spent days picking Peace Bloom alongside me, or against me, I guess. So I knew they definitely had at least as much as me. Naturally, they didn't want to let their farming be for nothing, and so they started bargaining.
What if you pay double? Can you get an additional roll?
Oh, that's
a
smart.
good idea.
That's
And that was
really
a good
smart.
idea. If people could pay
Yeah.
double their roll fee each time they wanted to re-roll, things would at least be more
It's a very good
interesting.
idea.
It still wouldn't be a DKP, but at least it wouldn't be whatever this is. And it wouldn't fuck over the poor noobs who have spent 7 days picking flowers. For God's sake, won't someone think of the noobs? With too many people asking too many questions, Heavy Hoof was out of options. He was about to explain why there was no bidding, why any idea that involved acquiring
You
more
gotta let
Peace
him
Bloom
know.
would be thrown out immediately. And that reason was...
I didn't really want to deal with the logistics of having to deal with bids that go up to the 10,000s. Fuck.
Yeah, isn't
That makes sense. I mean, look, the dude's fucking like, they don't want to plan that shit out, man. Like 10,000, like what the fuck, dude? Like, yeah, just fuck that, dude. Just roll that shit off, man. Who gives a shit, man?
that like the point? Was I wrong? I don't
Yeah.
think so. But I do see where Heavy Hoof was coming from. I wouldn't want to deal with the logistics of trading
Fuck
several
that.
thousand Peace Bloom either. But that's why I'm not running a fucking Peace Bloom DKP. Am I
True.
making sense here? Or I don't
True.
host Super Bowl parties either. Want to know why? Because I don't like football. Also, I don't own a fucking TV. So don't you think it would be a bit shit of me to then host one anyway, and then when people show up to my Super Bowl party and start asking where the game is, I turn around and say,
Yeah.
Super Bowl party? This is a superb owl party. You read my
Okay.
invitation wrong. And then when no one buys that, I come clean and say, okay
Okay.
guys, I know there's no TV, but think about this from my perspective, okay? I don't want to deal with the logistics of having
Yeah, we had to go buy the TV.
a television.
Come on, man. Go buy
Yeah,
the
but surely you can
TV.
agree that it's misleading to say this is a
Oh my
DKP.
God.
You're missing the entire point of a DKP, right?
Yeah, I don't want to discuss this right here.
No, the point was to get people to
Uh-oh.
fucking farm Peace Bloom and then turn it in. So if you want to go turn it in, go turn it in. We're gonna raid MC and then have fun. So if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Whoa, you good?
No, we're good, dude. Like, you're just making this shit take longer. So we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay, but one more question. Do you guys think Heavy Hoof is acting sus?
Well, dude, if you don't like it, feel free to leave.
If I leave, will you answer the question?
It's a stupid fucking
Post it
question.
to Reddit.
I don't think so.
These are the guys that are on there, man. These are the fucking
The
guys.
vibes were fucking rancid. So terrible, in fact, that given the choice between experiencing my first change of scenery in 2 weeks and farming bugs,
Dude, I would have accidentally wiped the raid like 5 times, man. I would have been like, oh, man, the core hound just pulled. That's crazy. How'd that happen? Like, I would be pulling shit into them, making them wipe constantly. Like, if a raid ever does that to me, like, I will make that raid as bad as absolutely possible.
I picked the bugs. Get me the fuck out of here.
You!
Yeah.
Lame.
Fuck that.
Hi.
Hold on, one sec. Yo, Barney, how was the Peace Bloom GDKP, dude?
Yeah.
Not good, you guys. Not good. The Peace Bloom DKP had been a resounding disappointment. In an alternate timeline, it was probably a really fun raid with sick loot.
Yeah, it would've been
Alas,
cool.
We are here in the timeline where the people who stayed lament to me in real time how shit the raid
And
is. I
wasted
would
all-
be lying to you if I told you that the
Jesus.
entire situation had
That's
low-key
sad.
pissed
I
me
feel
off
bad
because
for him,
my
man.
ire was far from low-key.
Yeah, I
2
feel
weeks
bad
of
for the
farming
guy.
bugs had left my mental on its last thread,
God
and this
damn.
molten core experience had just burned it to ash. I was about to go from Barney Beekeeper to Barney
Big dick.
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. I was gonna say Barney Big Dick. But okay, that's fine too, I guess.
In October of 2019, you asked me how I make my gold, and I gave you my honest answer.
Beg for it and
And you
stream it.
all laughed at me. Funny little salesman selling his funny little lucky charms. How
Oh,
cute,
yeah, wait,
but
oh,
also
yeah.
stupid. Roleplayers are so fucking stupid, aren't they?
Imagine some random dipshit just comes up to you and wants to trade you a white item that does nothing. And then you tell him, I don't want it. And he's like, no, you do want it. And he just keeps fucking insisting. Yeah, I can only imagine how annoying that would be. No! Oh, no! No!
This is the Beekeeper fortune. Depending on who you ask, this is either blood money acquired through the peddling of useless items, or the life savings of an idiot commodifying forces above his understanding. I personally think my overexposure to dragons is to blame, because more and more I find myself compulsed to hoard gold. With each month I seem to double my charm output with no end in sight, but I digress. Up until now I had remained a passive player in the war effort, but no more.
Now
I was
what?
going to use every single piece of gold I had to delay that gate from opening for as long as I possibly could.
So he-
Starting, of course, with the Peace Bloom
So he
market,
was
which I
maliciously
swiftly
buying
bought out
all
in
of
its
it out.
entirety. Gaze in awe as I deal with the logistics of trading several thousand Peace Bloom to
Oh.
my bank hold. Delicious vendor trash. Yes, I could post this all back on the auction house for an easy...
So he's spending all of his money just to make it to where it won't happen. This is incredible.
profit, but I don't want anyone handing in anything. This isn't money to turn into more money.
Yeah.
This is money to burn. And so I went
It's
down the
sending a
war effort
message.
list, draining each and every resource from the auction house until it was drier than my bones. One thing you
Oh
should
my
know about me
God.
by now is I don't really half-ass anything.
20,000
Which is why I then
gold.
took a flight path straight to Gadget Sand to clean out the neutral auction house as well. As I pulled up
Jesus!
alongside a gnome mage and made my search for linen bandages, the current hot item, I found a bunch of listings for 1 copper each. Well, that's good.
Okay.
As I started to buy them, I found that someone else was buying them at the same time as me, so I instead started from the bottom and worked my way up. It was at this point that I got a whisper.
They were messaging
Those
you.
are for the Alliance, dude. Stop buying them.
Was the gnome next to me buying these auctions
Oh
from a
my
horde player?
God. I love it. This
like
is so,
collusion
this
to
is my
me.
favorite
I'd have
part,
to
man.
double my purchasing speeds lest our pure roleplay
Jesus.
server fall victim to yet more game-breaking collusion. Question
Fuck 'em,
mark?
dude.
I responded.
The linen cloths you just bought for 1 copper a stack are for the Alliance war effort.
Okay, cool. They can buy them from me for a higher price then. This, of course, was a lie. I obviously wasn't planning on reselling anything, but I said this because I knew it would piss him off.
Yes.
Fuck you.
I tried to
Fuck you.
respond, but they put me on ignore. They then went...
Oh my God, I love this, man. This is my like. Honestly, the video was like, it was good, right? It was a good video, but like this just really fucking like this is the kind of stuff. This is beautiful, man. This is absolutely beautiful, and the best part about it is nobody can do anything about it. Nobody can do anything about it. He's sitting there buying their shit. This is this is the masterpiece. This is art.
and cried about it on the Grobulus Discord stating,
Yeah, I bet.
Shout out to Barney B from Final Boss for buying the bandages and raising the price on them.
That's a
100.
Reddit.
To which Roxy, whom we might meet later, said,
Love at 100.
and tagged me, UJ, World Buff
Yeah.
Fanatic, King of the Colluders, and Rat Royalty. Then responds,
Yeah, don't blind sell any items. I can hook you up with some contacts.
the colluding Warlock then says,
I was coordinating it.
oh, when you
That's
guys
whenever he
do
bought
it,
'em
it's
all.
Coordinating, I see.
The ally I was selling them to was right there buying them as I posted. Barney B just bought faster.
I'm sorry, guys. This is so good. This is so fucking funny, man. Like, so when griefing happens to others, it's fine. This is not griefing, dude. Like, the thing is, it's like you saw me like buying bandages off of the neutral auction house while somebody else is trying to fucking trade them across for like a cheap price. It's griefing. Shut up. Like, shut up. It's not griefing. Dr. Speed. Yeah, apparently not. Barney's Dr. Speed. This, yeah, come on. This is what the game's all about, man.
And buy faster I did. I cleaned out the neutral auction house of every single war effort material, but somehow I still wasn't sated. There was only one thing left to do. As I started on my flight to Thunderbluff to camp the Horde auction house, I alt-tabbed to my guild Discord. At everyone. From now until the conclusion of the war effort, I will be reimbursing all war effort material purchases with 5% interest. Please screenshot your TSM Ledger purchase history and proof that you vended or deleted the items to receive payment. Ideally, I'd like people stationed at both neutral and horde auction houses 24/7, so if you have as much time as I have money to burn, please do your part for our most noble goal and
20,000 gold.
However, word travels fast, faster than a wind rider it seems, because when I showed up to Thunderbluff to do my thing, I was swiftly assassinated by 2 rogues. It was clear I personally was not safe to show my face near any auction houses ever again, but that mattered not. I already had my little busy bees out doing the beekeeper's bidding, so I could get back to Silithus to farm bugs.
Oh my god. That's so good. Oh look, it's my stream.
And then my computer crashed because my hard drive had failed. The hard drive containing every single piece of footage I recorded for this event thus far. Now inaccessible. Corrupted. All gone. My roommate and I troubleshooted for hours on end as we tried to get the data off the hard drive, but nothing worked. We were left with just one option, which was to send the hard drive off for data recovery, which costs thousands of dollars and might not even yield any results. But I didn't have thousands of dollars to spend on data recovery anyway, so I was fucked. This was a one-hit kill to my morale. It had all been for nothing, and I wasn't just done with Scarab Lord.
That sucks.
I was done with World of Warcraft. I picked up my phone and opened Discord to let my GM know I was quitting,
man.
but he had already messaged me first. A link to the Scarab Lord list. It had been updated. My selfless dedication to the cause had not gone unnoticed, and given that final boss runs on a merit-based system, the Scarab Lord target list had undergone some renovations. I was now no longer number 18 on the list. I had been bumped up quite a few places to number 11. Holy shit, this might actually be doable. I glanced down at my computer, inside of which lay a rotting, inaccessible hard drive. I may have lost everything that came before, but I can still show you how this finishes. I plugged in a 3 terabyte external hard drive and re-downloaded World of Warcraft.
Oh, no fucking way, dude. No, dude, I can't wait till next year whenever the next episode comes out. That's gonna be crazy. Jesus, dude, what a video.
Group, some more than others. We summon the rest of the group and head. No, you can't.
YouTube channel now. That's the way it works. So you're gonna see him dancing around just like the old days.
The end. By the way, I fell through the map into Caverns of Time and I can't get out. So if anyone could send help, I'd really appreciate it. Please send help. I can't leave.
2019.
I'm fucking stuck. Like I'm actually fucking stuck.
You're gonna stay stuck. You ain't getting out of that shit.
What is this?
11 minutes on my
Hearthstone? Oh my god.
I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, man. I'm about to head out, so.
No, you can't leave me. You can't leave me alone in the Caverns of Time.
Sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I really do have business to attend to.
I'm sure you do. I'll see you later.
So he's just stuck.
He really left. I can't believe this. Okay, I guess I'll just look around then.
Uber Danger literally messaged me on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Twitter the other day. He says, listen, I know you're busy with Lost Ark, but you have to react to this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care what else you're doing. You have to watch this video on stream. We're all waiting.
I've heard tales of a cavern deep where timelines converge and dragons sleep. If on your journey this place
It's Matt
you meet,
season.
do not eat the sand. Turn and run. Do not delve down.
Oh
Leave
my
at
God.
once. Forget what's found. And pray you do not make a sound. Do not eat the sand. Temporal sickness, fractured mind,
What the
are all
fuck?
the ways should you try to peer into the depths of time. Do not eat the sand. Alas, no, I have seen it all. And in this timeline, as I recall,
Fucking
on
music?
deaf ears my warnings fall. Because you eat the sand.
Uh-oh.
Man, I don't even...
What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Whoa.
Whoa. It's a dragon.
Oh, that's a big dragon. Listen, I actually didn't want to be here in the first place. I fell through the ceiling. I was fighting a warlock.
Jesus.
God, I promise this is the truth.
Most visitors relay some version of that tale to me.
Oh, thank God. See, I...
It has never saved anyone before.
What? Well, then I can be the first. You don't have to eat me. You could just give me, a lifelong ban. Until next expansion, because I do need to come back here for, 2 dungeons and a raid.
You're a funny one, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know about...
Next expansion, he says.
Yeah?
There won't be a next expansion.
Yeah?
You did not see everything.
Hello? Can I just leave then? What does that mean? Hey, I saw what would have happened if I...
Forget.
Oh, see, that has your attention. Hey, what if I was to eat them?
You must never meet them.
Actually, I said eat them?
My cavern is not the shortcut to you learning the arcane arts.
What the fuck is this?
Leave immediately.
Yeah, I'm gone. Hearthstone away!
That one's going to be trouble.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Sounds like Grayson? Yeah, a little bit. Jesus Christ. Data recovered by which Western Digital? Oh my God. In loving memory of my mental well-being. What the fuck, dude? This is like a whole movie. Oh my God. This is crazy. Look at this. Okay, yeah, this is a massive fucking crossover. This is unbelievable, man. There's like so much work that got put into this too.
Oh, if it isn't my favorite regular, good to see you again. What will it be? The usual? They should really call me Barney Barkeeper, right? No, but the bees are very important. I need their honey for the mead that you're drinking. What's that? Video when? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't make... Oh, wait,
That's
that
the
was...
thing, is like the last time that she made a video was like, I'm not even fucking kidding you guys. It was like a year ago. Like, I remember this story, right? And the story was that Barney was last in line, like straight up last in line for Scarab Lord. And finally, they were able to get it. Or actually not able to get it. I don't know if they're able to get it, but it was definitely possible. I'll say that for sure. Stop fake reacting. Okay, fine. All right, I watched it yesterday. I already know everything that's going to happen. I've already seen this. I watched it in incognito mode, guys. Yeah, she? Yeah, Barney's trans, and so it's, yeah, it's a she. Chill. Yeah, like, it's not a big deal. Think about it like this. It's not a he or a she, it's a rogue. Just watch the video. There's only one good thing about the internet, and one good thing about this kind of shit is it allows everybody to be anybody, and you can be and you can do what you want and not be judged on like bullshit like that. Watch the content, like the content. You like the content's good. That's all there is to it. Nobody's going out like this is the kind of stuff, right? Everybody, this is the same people complain about like the woke stuff. Like there's nothing woke about this. There's nothing like it's just watch the content.
What I was supposed to do last year. That was before. I miss when things were simple. Well, I suppose you've waited long enough. Now, where did I leave you? Oh, I remember.
watch the video.
My hard drive had just crashed and I lost everything. That's pretty bad. But then I got bumped up to 11 on the Scarab Lord list. That's pretty good.
That's
However, before
terrible.
we jump back into Silithus for the conclusion to this epic tale, there are 2 elephants in the room I need to quickly address.
No shot.
Elephant 1. Chronologically, this doesn't happen until several weeks after the entire AQ event had ended, but spoiler alert, my data was eventually recovered. That's pretty good. I very much appreciate all the kind messages offering recovery advice, software keys, and even financial assistance to help cover the recovery costs. But, and I mean this in the most undickhead way possible, guys, how do you think I made those first 2 videos if the footage wasn't eventually recovered?
That do make sense more.
I promise I'm not trying to come for your critical thinking abilities, okay?
Yeah.
I know most of you are American. That's pretty bad. But yeah, it turns out when you're a content creator and you complain about technical stuff on Twitter, sometimes you get contacted by epic social media specialists who work for, I don't know, let's say Western Digital. You know, only the leading...
So I remember what happened with me is every single time I complain about something that's technical, I also have people that contact me. It was, my brother works in IT and he fixes computers. Do you want to send your computer to me and it'll come back and it'll be fixed? That's what I get.
Data storage who want to not only attempt to fix your hard drives for free, but also send you extra hard drives for free to make sure this kind of thing never happens to you again.
That's fucking insane. Wow.
Because I make video game videos. Naturally,
That's
I
crazy.
agreed. Only a loser says no to a free win, and...
Yeah, it's free stuff.
I really needed that win. But wait,
easy.
There's more. After Western Digital supplied me with multiple new hard drives totaling 5 terabytes of storage and recovered 95% of my original data, I candidly spoke to their social media specialist in regards to my being able to even tell you that this happened because I have social anxiety and I...
Dude, the way I solved that problem, because like this same shit happens to me. This same shit happens to me, is like I have everything saved in like 3 different places. Because I know that stupid shit is going to happen, and I'm always ready for that. Like, I'll have all of my screenshot saved in, you know, like 3 different areas.
To ask permission, because I really wanted you guys to know that they literally saved this video series, and I don't mean just data-wise. I mean, if it wasn't for that DM on that day that my hard drive crashed telling me that there's still hope, I don't know that I would have even had the motivation to continue, even with me being bumped to number 11 on the Scarab Lord list. So I said that, and they responded, would you like us to sponsor episode 3?
Wow.
Would I? And I was going to do that shit for free.
That's crazy.
If you're in the market for data storage, might I suggest WD Black? Don't get caught out like I did and nearly lose your life's work because you didn't back it all up like a moron. Browse numerous storage options today at shop.westerndigital.com. They saved this video series. They saved my channel.
That's
And
insane.
most importantly, they saved my data. Elephant 2.
So, like, basically, if they didn't do that for Barney, we would probably have never had this video. That is nuts. Holy shit.
Did I just spoil the ending in the title?
That's a really, really easy fucking advertisement right there.
But hear me out, okay? Before you come to my humble inn with your pitchforks and torches and thunder furies. Guys, it's been over a year since the Great Bug Farm of 2020. I play WoW every day, and I stream it too.
Still?
Twitch.tv/Barney. As much as I would like to say I smuggled the rarest mount in the game past the watchful eye of all my stream viewers and have kept it hidden away in the bank all this time in preparation for a grand reveal during TBC, the expansion that famously invalidates round mounts faster than any other expansion to date, rendering the Scarab Lord mount flex obsolete because it can't fucking fly.
No, that's no way. The Scarab Lord is still the big dick mount because where do you flex on people? You flex on people in the city, and in the city you can still be riding it. And on top of that, being able to ride it in the city, you can also go and you'll be able to, I forgot what I was saying. It's in Battlegrounds. You can use it in Battlegrounds, and that's the main thing that matters. Somebody asked if we're going to play Lost Ark. As soon as I finish this video, we're playing Lost Ark, gentlemen. Like, I just want y'all to know, we're going to watch this video, then we are starting with Lost Ark, because I have some mobs to farm.
Sorry,
That's
I
the plan.
haven't just spent the last year using my Raptor mount for the meme. I think it's just easier for
It's
us
not
all.
gonna be 2 hours,
It makes the
okay?
narrative better.
I'll try to
if
watch
I
it
just keep
myself.
it real. And in saying that, some of the best media ever conceived opens with a spoiler. Romeo and Juliet, Pulp Fiction, This Is Cope. But even so, I made a promise that I would see this event, this video series, this journey right through to its conclusion.
Yeah.
And this is not where I gave up. Look at
Man,
how
I thought that this series was never going to continue, to be honest with you. Because, like, after 6 months or something like that, I was like, oh, you know, well, it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't make videos like that all the time. It is what it is. So I'm actually so happy that it actually got finished. I really thought it was never going to be finished.
long this fucking video is. You know I've been cooking up
It's
a good
already
one.
tier
It might not
6,
have
yeah.
the ending some of us wanted, but in life, you gotta push that lucky charm until you can push
Yes.
it no further, because even
God, I
if you
forgot
don't sell
all
it,
about those.
they still have to show their back to
Oh my
walk away.
God.
This is the tale of a rogue who stood up against the odds, spat in the face of fate, and said, "My failure is on my own terms." This
Okay.
is the tale of a rogue who struggled to the bitter end, giving nothing but 100% at every opportunity so that even defeat might be a proud moment. This is the tale of the rogue who ran out of time.
That is so good. Holy shit! That the music, the God, that is
And of
so
course,
clean.
our story
Holy shit,
continues
that's
in
good.
Silithus. Wow. Boy, am I sick of this fucking
Wow.
I had just reinstalled World of Warcraft onto
Wow.
a Sea of Thieves external hard drive I won in a
Ooh.
Twitter contest for posting the funniest Sea of Thieves clip. Barney Beekeeper Scholars will in the future refer to this moment in my streaming career as foreshadowing Scarab Lord events, but I'd argue obtaining free hard drives due to funny internet video is just a
I think
character
that's a little
trait
bit
at this
better.
point and
Yeah.
less of a narrative that I'm controlling, but I
Damn.
digress. I was
Killed all
back
3 of
and
them.
ready to... Because there is no end to my suffering,
Oh my
hee hee.
God.
But when I logged in, I found
Oh my
Silithid
God.
horrors untold. And I don't mean the bugs.
What?
Oh my god, I have no add-ons. But that was not all. Oh my god.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's a WoW player brain. The first thing they think about is their add-ons.
Even if I re-download them, I won't have their settings saved. But that was still not all.
By the way,
Oh my, that is
the gates
stressful.
open in 5 days.
That is so fucking stressful. No, now it's time to log off? Yeah, exactly.
Remember how me and a bunch of my busy bees were using my untold riches to gatekeep the war effort's completion? Well, with me offline for a whole 24 hours trying to fix my hard drive, there was no one left to provide gold to the auction house sitters, which means that the war effort had been completed. There was now 5 days
That
exactly
sucks.
until the gates would inevitably open, and there were still 3 Scarab Lords ahead of me.
There's no
I was
way.
running
There's
out
no
of
way
time.
you're gonna get it. Like,
Now, I could
literally
sit here
no
and tell you
shot.
about how for the next 2 days I farmed more bugs, which is exactly what happened, but I don't really think we need any more of that. At least for now. Instead, I'd rather tell you about some of the notable...
The thing is, like, if you think that Lost Ark grindfests are bad, look up how to actually get neutral with the Brood of Nozdormu.
people I met during my time in Silithus.
Yeah, this is
starting,
nothing.
of course, with...
Need a hitman. Oh, you're... Wait, what?
If you're playing World of Warcraft Classic for the PC on a
Wanna make
roleplay
100
server
gold an
and
hour.
someone whispers you,
Wanna make 100 gold an hour?
I would recommend you immediately block this person and log
Probably,
off for the
yes.
next 24 hours just to be safe. Some things are better left unknown. Me, however? Well,
So
I
that- yeah,
never
it was
could
brutal,
resist
man.
the call of the abyss. Also, I got bug brain, so I would have said yes to anything, to be honest.
Something
you're doing?
Yes. Need this scumbag Allah killed.
Ooh, my rat cleaning reputation
Okay.
was preceding me. Name and guild, please? I responded. Even though neither of these things actually mattered, I was trying to imply that there were certain Alliance members I wouldn't kill, especially since at this point we were leaning heavily into the collusion memes, even going as far as to leak submission form 1072C to Reddit, which implied
Jesus
we would have
Christ.
to ask permission from an
The
officer.
best thing about that is if you leak this to the Classic WoW subreddit, they would think it's real. Like, the Classic WoW subreddit, literally, like, I mean, these are people that get mad about storylines in WWE.
For
Those
being
people
allowed to
believe
PvP
anything.
anyone else?
Name is Camel Spider in TOW. He
Okay.
is in the S-hole in Ashi.
Wait, Hive Ashy? Oh no. There are very few blind spots in my bug farming timeline, but none so big as my Hive Ashy blind spot.
What's
and for
that?
good reason. Hive Ashy was consistently swarming with Alliance throughout the entire event. Alliance we had pushed out
That's a lot of
Argos
fucking
months
people.
prior, Alliance who were molding over the collusion,
Yeah.
Alliance who would absolutely kill me on sight were I to show up.
Absolutely.
And believe me, I tried to make peace so as to document the Hive Ashy history, but my PvP immunity could not be guaranteed. But let the
Yep.
record show, I really did try. Hive Ashy, the
The
one
thing
place...
is, like, Classic WoW, like the degeneracy of it was just on another level. Like I've never experienced such shameless degeneracy as whenever the Gates of AQ came out. It was
I don't
beyond
want to see
everything.
Any closer. And the one
It's
place
never
I'm
been worse.
definitely just gonna go to. Lol. Oh, you didn't think I was gonna turn down a hit that would have me sneaking into the most densely populated alliance zone on the map, did you? I live for this.
Seems like
I
a
sprinted
mistake.
into the next room over to steal a rich thorium vein from Fiber.
Yo, Barney, fuck off.
I got prepped too, and snuck away from my Hive Regal farming duties. I would surely not be present for the 11 AM attendance check to collect my bi-hourly bug kill points, but I would certainly hit present anyway. I'm not above BKP fraud if it means I get a death sting, and spoiler alert, I get a death sting.
You had attendance awards for killing, for spam. Bro, this was the sweatiest shit like you've ever seen, guys. Like I'm telling you, like this was an experience that few people can even understand.
Not that anyone was suspecting I was stealing
my
company
God.
time anyway, but as
Dakina
long as
did
I'm
that
back
for
in
us.
Hive
My
Regal for the
guild did
11:30
this.
attendance check, no one should be
Oh
any
my
the wiser.
God.
I'll be 100 gold up, I'll hit the thorium node on respawn, and that'll just be another dub for the boss bitch beekeeper. God, I'm good.
EverQuest was far worse. You have no idea.
Welcome.
I bet you're right. I bet you're right.
To Hive Ashen.
Okay.
Bitch. So we're back in the mine at the Hive. Surreptitiously, I crept through the caves. This place was busy, so I definitely didn't want to be here longer than I had to be. And actually, my target has logged out, so... Ooh, thorium vein. I can't keep getting
just farm
away
that
with it.
instead.
Just then,
Fuck it.
new orders came in. I was now to kill the mage in the back of the Hive. And that's good.
So-
Better even, actually, because let me tell you, you can never get
So
enough...
Barney got hired as a hitman to go around and fucking kill people. I'm like, this is actually so cool. MSN? Dude, I don't even remember the MSN sounds. Like, I've always had all that shit muted. That's so crazy to even think back. Like, MSN. AIM. Remember that? AOL Instant Messenger?
Practice killing a mage.
ASL?
It's as they say. Time saved killing a mage is time saved. Time saved killing...
Yeah, it seems...
Time spent killing a mage is time saved later.
That's
a
true.
real thing. Look it up. Deftly,
Fuck
I
'em.
dodged several alliances as I crept through the Hive to find my new target.
Hired
After
a
sneaking
hitman.
past Dragon Tears, something
Yeah.
I have been very responsible for. I found
Oh
them
my God.
all alone and ripe for the picking in the back of the room. Olmo. I activated Cold Blood for a guaranteed crit and near enough cut the mage's bussy clean off with one swing.
God damn.
The mage attempts a blink getaway, but unfortunately for them, this is a certified
God damn.
matchup. And I'm always 10 steps ahead. Like that blind,
Yeah.
for example. That's to bring out the predictable ice block, all according to plan. Now all I have to do is wait out this ice block and predict the final blink. And because
Okay.
time always has a way of ending up on my side, I know the mage is going to blink in this direction. Oh, that's not good. I had been
The fuck?
bamboozled by the blink. And now with the mage
Damn,
running
he was
out of the
smart.
Hive screaming for help, it would